coming. Huh? First, I want to tell you thank you very much for having me. This is a very, very special day. It's a very, very special day for me. And no matter how many people in the room, I get choked up because of people who helped me get into this room and they're not here no more. You understand? What was the name of the woman who used to do the food for us? The older lady. All right, but she used to come with cookies, candies, water, all different types of things. All right, I also miss our friend Rodney Johnson's mother. Okay. She used to come and take all the leftovers. That was the number one thing she loved to do, and I said, go ahead and take them. You understand? Because that'll help you out. That'll make us better. Barbara, sister to Linda, the two sisters that used to always come, she's not here anymore. You understand? So in honor of Dr. King, I gotta celebrate these sisters who were good to me, good to my life. And as Robert Jackson knows, I don't come in this room if it's not for Obi Bing. You understand? Obi Bing is the one that explained to me, you can't be a community leader and not work with the precinct. You understand? You know so many other folks and you deal with everybody. How you don't got no one's name on your phone to call when something goes wrong. So that's when I learned to come into the precinct and figure out who I can work with, instead of just complaining about the ones I don't get along with. And today I got good news and bad news. One of my alumni was on Facebook complaining that his brother got into a problem with some officers. Bad problem, he's in the hospital. First thing I have to do is find out where. First thing I have to do, because I've never had that drama in the 3-3. I've never been called on the carpet because of the 3-3. Luckily I found out it's nowhere near the 3-3, it's not even uptown. Because that was on my heart, like, please don't tell me I gotta go into the precinct and deal with this today. But I don't have to deal with this today. So we get to celebrate Dr. King. And we got a gift for y'all. We're gonna give y'all don't even know this, Maria, but the longer you make me wait, the more things I think of I wanna say, okay? The more things I say, oh man, let me think about this, and let me think about that one. But I'm here, I'm glad to be here today, because I got some of my adopted children, and one of my first mothers here with me supporting, and man, me and Mr. Jackson go back to before Mom was alive, on the school board and everything else. So when I see him, that's like seeing moms, all right? So first I need you two to come on up. Hold this out. You'll get a chance to look at it later, but that's the timeline of issues and things we've had this century, all right, from 400 years of inequality. When you get a chance to look at it, you'll recognize certain things. So now, as we discuss Dr. King, I'm gonna give you the short version, but I'm gonna still get what I need to get in to talk about. We all know Dr. King was one of the greatest and the smartest. We know he graduated from high school at 15. We know he graduated from college at 19. This man was a walking genius and he was a problem solver. So now we complain to our teenagers, we're upset because they're always on their phones, they're always on their phones, they're always on their phones. And we're trying to put that genie back in the bag. It's not gonna happen. And I wanna ask you this question. If Dr. King was here and he had a cell phone, would he use it as a tool or a toy? Somebody talk to me. Would he use it as a tool or a toy? All right. Most of our kids use it as a toy. All right, and we give up on that. And I think that's a mistake. You understand? Because we want them to think, what would Dr. King do if he had a phone? What would he attack? What would he work on? And how we can get them to use the phone as a tool instead of a toy. Can anyone here think of something Dr. King would use a cell phone for right now? This is the same way we challenge our young people. We want to know if they're thinking, if they're talking, if they're involved. Come on now. What would Dr. King use a cell phone for?
Information.
Huh?
Information.
Information. So now, when he was young, just going to the library, you was at risk. Every time you went to school, you was at risk. You didn't know if he was coming home. My grandfather even told me when he was young, if he got caught with a book, he might lose a finger because they didn't want him trying to get ahead. You understand? So we now have all the books, all the words, all the information in a cell phone. How can that help our young people? I'm waiting. Yes, Miriam. You use it to educate. You use it to educate. So I'm going to give you the conversation I'm having with my seniors. If Dr. King's seniors had a phone, would they complain about the technology or would they try to figure it out? What would they do? Because in his days, he needed soldiers. He needed warriors. He didn't need people who said, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm uncomfortable with that. He would have his seniors, the same way they had to learn to read and write. Correct, Mr. Jackson? In them days, they didn't all know how to read and write, and you can't help in the war if you don't know how to read and write. So they learned how to write, they learned how to read, they learned how to count. You can do the same thing with your phone. Instead of, your phone could be a tool to make someone stronger. Imagine, because this happens to me. Sometimes I wake up and I get a text from someone saying something positive. I remember when you coached my child 15 years ago, and now he's graduating from college. That just makes me stronger. You understand? You might see, I'm texting my kids, my favorite Dr. King's speech is not I have a dream. It's what is your blueprint for life. When you go and listen to that one, it explains things how you can change your life right now to have a better future. Because I have a dream and the other speeches are great, but they talk about policy change. This one talks about self-improvement. Our young people need to hear that. Maria, I see you on Facebook. You always got a poem, you got a rhyme, something to say. Imagine if you texted that to somebody. Imagine if you sent it to a young person who got grandchildren. Right. So you know your grandchildren better than anybody else. So you might see a poem, a podcast, a phrase, and you could send that to them and say, look at this, listen to this. Because people are going through stress, people are depressed, people are trying to figure out how to help. So one of the things we could do is, let's use our phone as a tool. Let's send out good information. Let's send out positive vibe. Let's not use it to complain and put people down. You yourselves know your family. Send them that song that you saw. Send them that poem. Anyone got a poem they would love for someone to hear? You don't gotta say it, just tell me if you got one. Tell me the name of the poem. Yes.
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Don't quit. Come on, give me one more. All right, who got a Dr. King quote? Let me hear your Dr. King quote.
Nothing in this world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity.
Ooh, that's, see, but see what Dr. King learned all that. Now all those words are now on the kids' phones. If you're not using ChatGPT, you're not trying to get ahead. If $1 million companies use it, we need it. We was on the phone the other day and all the quotes just come right up. And the kids can go through them. So many speeches come right up and you can go through it. So you want to use the phone as a tool and not as a toy. And you want to learn these little tips. If you don't learn anything else, learn how to do your text messages through the voice. Did y'all know that? You could text by talking. And that way when I hear your voice, it makes me stronger. So let's use the phones in a way to help our young people and our family members grow stronger. Now, yes?
Not only that, the cell phones now, you can have translations on your cell phone.
Correct.
I got one on my phone. So if somebody's speaking up to 130 languages and it's free, I can just let them talk and the phone tells me what they said. And then I can say what I'm going to say and it says it in their language.
See, he's right.
It's a cell phone.
Because I tell my parents in PS 128, who are mostly Spanish speaking, you can text me in any language. I got a smartphone, I'm gonna translate it. And now they got all these little programs, you don't even have to cut and paste. It just stays right there, you can just, boom, press it and it translates it for you. That's point number one. We're gonna go to point number two. Point number two is this. Dr. King did such a great job, he's still helping me directly right now. Dr. King is so powerful that he trained people how to get ahead and make things better. You see this? This comes from Dr. Bob Fullylove. Dr. Bob Fullylove walked and worked with Dr. King. All right? He walked, worked, and was trained by Dr. King. And this timeline, we go around, we show it to people so they can see what things was really like, so they could learn how hard it was, what they had to overcome. Dr. Bob Fullylove is going to turn 81 on Sunday. 81 on Sunday. We're celebrating Dr. Bob at PS 128 in a way that will make Dr. King and Dr. Bob happy. Dr. King's favorite thing in this world were books. He loved books. He was always reading. That's why he graduated at 15 and 19. He loved books. Dr. Bob is the same way. All he does is read, read, read more. He's 81. Mind is strong. He's in great shape, just like Robert Jackson, just like Al Taylor. This staying in shape matters. I got a long way to go, but I'm gonna get there, okay? But the idea is that books are important, and that books are your buddies, and they can help you improve your future. In our schools, kids are thinking that books are punishment, you understand, as opposed to a way to get stronger. So in honor of Dr. Bob and in honor of Dr. King, Dr. Bob is giving an award to every kid in PS 128 who got a 4 on the state test last year. Who got a 4 on the state test. Because what happens is, we celebrate the dancers, we celebrate the athletes, we don't celebrate the students. We don't celebrate the ones who are smart. And when we're going around telling the kids about this, we're gonna let kids know, if you come on, and if any of you come, we got a book for you too. We're giving away books. One little girl said, if you're giving away books, I'm coming. Don't worry, I'm gonna drag my mom's here, because she loves to read books. And she said, I don't read the books the other kids read. She said, I like history books. I want to learn things. I never met this girl before. I'm in love. You understand? I want this girl on my team now because she's so bright, she's so powerful. She reminds me of a little Dr. King. So Dr. Bob, not only does he do that, Dr. Bob sends me the best volunteers in the country because people come from all over America to study with him. So I got volunteers from Texas, California, Haiti, France, Washington, D.C. I got volunteers coming from all over thanks to him. So on Sunday, we're going to celebrate how he helps the community and the people we bring in this neighborhood, and we're also going to celebrate the kids who represent like him and Dr. King by giving them an award and also giving them a book. Now let me get to the final part. This is the fun part though. This is the part I enjoy, okay? There's a lot of great people in this room. There's a lot of great people in this room that don't get celebrated enough. So I got to celebrate him on Dr. King's birthday. Come on up. I'm saying this because of the tape, but I like to mention these names, okay? Oh, he just left. He missed his award. All right. Will the assistant of Robert Jackson please come on down? Why are you looking at him? Like he said, he comes every now and then. She's always